Hi friends, when it comes to deciding a game on Mobile Legends, you agree with me that the marksman plays a huge role. Seeing their explosive damage and late-game capabilities, they are undeniably game changers. So today we will rank the top 10 strongest marksmen. We will begin with the most underrated characters in the game, and maybe by the end of the video, we will see which is the best. This video might settle the controversial questions most Mobile Legends fans have been arguing about for years. And while we are doing that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 10. Leslie. The sniper marksman makes the list due to her high critical damage on her opponents. Her ability to kill enemies from range is amazing. Each time she doesn't take damage for a few seconds, the damage of her next basic attack becomes a lethal shot, dealing critical damage. This also increases her range and provides extra physical damage based on her critical chance. This makes her a threat from a distance. Her builds focus on enhancing her critical damage, attack power, and survivability. She goes with Swift Boots, Berserker's Fury, Endless Battle, Blade of Despair, Malefic Roar, and Sea Halberd. Flicker is highly recommended for her in order to reposition quickly during fights. Number 9. Hanabi. Also known as the Scarlet Flower, Hanabi earns the 9th position due to her attack speed, immunity to most CC, and ability to take on multiple enemies. Hanabi's playstyle revolves around her sustained damage output and crowd control, making her a marksman who excels in team fights and wave clearing. Hanabi is a late-game hyper carry who thrives when supported by a solid front line and a good crowd control setup. She requires careful positioning to maximize her damage while staying out of reach of enemy assassins or divers. Hanabi's effectiveness is tied to her ability to scale into the late game. Her unique bouncing mechanics reward players who can maximize her damage while maintaining proper positioning. She is a high-risk, high-reward hero who can dominate if protected and well-farmed. Her ultimate plays a huge role in team fights. Her builds are Attack Speed Boots, Corrosion Scythe, Demon Hunter Sword, Golden Staff, Malefic Roar, and Rose Gold Meteor. She normally goes with Aegis for a little protection. Number 8. Brody is a marksman who excels in dealing burst damage rather than sustained DPS. His abilities allow him to control enemies while keeping them at bay. Brody has a strong early game due to his passive and high base damage. He is able to poke enemies and gain lane dominance. His passive, Abyss Corrosion, makes his basic attack different from other marksmen. His attacks are slower, but deal higher damage and apply a stack of Abyss marks to enemies. Each stack increases the damage of his skills when used against the marked targets. This makes him highly effective at kiting enemies and dealing significant burst damage. He can escape enemies using his skill 2, which provides a stun enabling him to blink, but Flicker is best recommended for him. He goes with Tough Boots, Blade of Heptases, Malefic Gun, Blade of Despair, Sea Halberd, and Rose Gold Meteor. Number 7. Moskov. Moskov is number 7 on this list due to his incredible attack speed, high mobility, and ability to pierce through enemies with his attacks. His passive allows Moskov to penetrate through enemies in a straight line with his basic attacks. This passive makes him an excellent hero for lane clearing and dealing heavy damage in team fights. He also possesses a short dash that doesn't just allow him to dodge enemies, but helps him reposition during fights. This increases his attack speed and allows his attack to penetrate deeper. He also stuns his enemies with his skill 2 for a short time, but it is more effective if they are knocked into a wall. He is a hero you need to watch out for when playing against him due to the fact that his ultimate can help him travel around the map in a short time and assist teammates if needed. Inspire is very much recommended for him to further increase his attack speed. He goes with Resilience Boots, Berserker's Fury, Toss's Claw, Wind Talker, Blade of Despair, and Malefic Gun. Number 6. Carrie. Also known as the Lost Star, Carrie earned the 6th position due to her recent buff. I can say she makes this list because her attack speed is crazy. She is a hero who can take on both marksmen and tanks in the early game. Carrie is a high damage marksman with a unique edge against tanky enemies. She dominates fights with her true damage and unparalleled attack speed. Her passive, Light Wheel Marks, allows her to place marks on enemies with her basic attacks. Upon stacking 5 marks on the target, her next attack triggers true damage equal to a percentage of the target's maximum HP. Her builds focus on attack speed and true damage. She goes with Resilience Boots, Corrosion Scythe, Golden Staff, Demon Hunter Sword, Wind of Nature, and Rose Gold Meteor. You can enhance the build by adding Sea Halberd. She goes with Inspire to boost her attack speed. Number 5. Bruno occupies this position as his passive grants him bonus critical chance every time he uses a skill. Additionally, his basic attack reduces the cooldown of Volley Shot, skill 1, by 0.5 seconds. This allows Bruno to deal consistent damage and poke enemies frequently, making him a deadly marksman in prolonged fights. Bruno is a marksman with excellent burst damage and mobility. He excels at kiting enemies, taking down tanks with his crit-focused damage, and using his ultimate to disrupt enemy formations. He shines as a hyper carry, capable of shredding enemies with critical damage. He can easily escape and stun enemies with his skill 2. His items are Swift Boots, Wind Talker, Berserker's Fury, Great Dragon Spear, Malefic Roar, and Malefic Gun. He either goes with Inspire for attack speed or Flicker for movement and positioning. Number 4. Layla. When it comes to damage, Layla stands out among many marksmen. Known for her incredible range, she excels at dealing sustained damage from a safe distance. Layla's basic attacks and skills deal more damage based on the distance between her and her target. The farther the target, the higher the damage dealt. Her builds include Swift Boots, Wind Talker, Berserker's Fury, Sea Halberd, Haas's Claw, and in most situations, Malefic Gun or Rose Gold Meteor. Flicker or Sprint is most recommended for her. Number 3. Wan. When it comes to mobility and marksman who comes to your mind, it's no other person than Wan. She earns the number 3 on this list. I can say she's the only marksman that doesn't buy a boot. Known for her mobility and ability to deal massive damage, she is particularly effective at eliminating squishy enemies due to her unique passive and ultimate abilities. Her passive allows her to mark enemy weak points with her basic attacks, revealing 4 weak points. Hitting all weak points significantly increases her attack damage on that target and unlocks her ultimate. Inspire is best recommended for her. She requires Corrosion Scythe, Demon Hunter Sword, Wind Talker, Wind of Nature, and also Sea Halberd. She is an interesting hero to play, so try her out and tell me more about her. Number 2. Beatrix. Now in the second position is a marksman with not only a shotgun, but also a machine gun, a sniper, and a rocket launcher. The funny thing is, they all have a name, which are Wesker, Nibiru, Renner, and Bennett. She holds the second place due to her incredible passive, which is that each weapon has its own basic attack mechanics, skill effects, and reload times. The amazing part is that she reloads her weapon automatically when not attacking, requiring strategic management. With her unique weapon system, Beatrix is a rewarding hero for players who enjoy adaptability and high mechanical skill. Her ability to trouble her opponent with her different abilities and mobility to avoid enemies and still reposition to use most of her weapon is exceptional. Her builds include Swift Boots, Malefic Gun, Blade of Despair, Haas's Claw, Sea Halberd, and Rose Gold Meteor. She uses Flicker to be more effective in battles. Number 1. Granger. So the number 1 marksman is Granger. He is one of the most feared marksmen today, known for his exceptional burst damage and mobility. With his unique mechanics and musical-inspired design, Granger stands out as a versatile hero for both early and late-game dominance. Granger excels in burst damage and kiting enemies. His playstyle revolves around positioning, timing his critical bullets, and using his skills effectively. Granger's passive allows him to load only 6 bullets into his gun, with the 6th bullet dealing critical damage. He emphasizes on timing and precision, making each shot count. He does not benefit from attack speed items, but scale better with attack damage. Granger is an excellent choice for players who enjoy precise and skill shot-oriented gameplay. Mastering his abilities and understanding his mechanics can lead to dominating performances in every match. He goes with Flicker as his spell, and for he builds, he goes with Resilience Boots, Hunter Strike, Blade of Despair, Brute Force Breastplate, Sky Piercer, and Malefic Roar. So, if you don't see him as a marksman, give him a try on the gold lane and tell me what you think. That concludes the rankings, everyone. Keep in mind this is just my opinion. Tell me in the comments how you will rank yours, and also check out this video to see me rank the best X-Laners.